Rebound King or King of the Board Sakumi Hanamichi, I would like to talk to you about the time you led Shohoku High School to topple the greatest generation of Sanno High School's basketball team ever produced.
I love to. However, my English is not very good.
Here, with this you can talk in your native language, but this will translate what you say into English. And thank you for giving me a bit of your time. As a freshman, you gained the name of the Rebound King by tying the record for most rebounds in a game. But I would like to talk about the National High School Basketball Tournament of your freshman year.
It was the first time they'd been to the Inter-High, and this genius once again was going to lead them to victory. The first school we faced was looking down on us because we were newcomers. Gori managed to win the tip-off and get the basketball to Ryota, who broke fast down court. That peasant should have gave the rock to the Great One to score, but he passed it to that sorry Rukawa and the ball got stolen instead, thus they made their counterattack. It was a 3-on-2, which if I was a part of that defense, I wouldn't have gotten faked out like Mitsui, allowing them to posterize Ryota. Ha 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 ha. Run that back one more time. I bet Ryota was like, all nuts. When he saw those nuts coming, ha 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 ha.
Damn, you didn't have to word it in such a way, but Ryota managed to go coast to coast and drive down the court straight to the basket, and with his shot blocked, he attempted to pass it off, but that was stopped too and the ball was turned over.
I wasn't going to let them score again, and they got a sample of this genius's defense abilities and tried to take me out of the game, but I was too fast with my cat-like reflexes and showed him how a proper bump goes.
And got a foul called on yourself too. That allowed them to reset up their offense and score. But Shohoku wasn't just going to let that slide, and in the next possession you got past the ball and did the jump shot that you and the coach. What the hell was that?
You see, what happened was that spider monkey Ryota gave me a bad pass, and because of that, I got sub out of the game. It was his fault, not mine, that shot was bad.
Being one of the pillars of the team, Akaji stepped up his game and was able to go into beast mode, because Yasuda, who was subbed and slowed down the pace of the game as the run and gun style of playing wasn't bearing fruit, so the coach wanted to run some plays and put some points on the board. Even on defense, they were able to stop any more advances by the other team to take back control of the game, and Akaji Shek attacked the board to score, displaying his dominance of the inside. Hold on, what happened to the color?
Technical difficulties, budget cutbacks, you take your pick, as it doesn't matter since I wasn't on the court anyway. You can say I'm saving you in budget cost going old school style.
Bruh, you're even more petty than Riley Freeman. This is pretty low. Yasuda kept leading the offense and soon Akaji needed to be heavily guarded. However, that was what he wanted to collapse the defense, thus allowing the man, the myth, the super rookie Kaide Rukawa to let loose. He took away their lead and gave it to Shohoku. Toyotama's captain managed to take back the lead, but Rukawa was just getting started. So when the Toyotama's captain thought he was going to lock him down, Rukawa pulled an Iverson crossover on his ass into a Jordan fade-away jump shot to retake the lead once again.
That stupid fox was showboating too much and didn't see that they were setting him up. But even this genius wasn't fast enough to warn him, as he was hit hard when the ref was focused on the play that was going on. Stupid fox hit the ground pretty hard too. Gori saw it too and let them know that we always pay back out debts with interest. The last few seconds of the half, Ryota broke towards the basket but got fouled hard into the news reporters. Toyotama must have had it in their heads. We were pushovers because he almost caught those hands if Ryota didn't stop himself. Don't let Ryota's size fool you. That boy can throw down with the best of them. The half ended with Toyotama leading 34-28.
The second half start surprised everyone as Rukawa was returning to the court. Once again, Akaji managed to win the tip-off. Just like in the first half, Toyotama ended up with the ball after a failed pass to Rukawa. Toyotama's captain collapsed your defense and passed it back behind him to score, bringing the lead up by 8.
That fox followed my lead and we broke down court on a fast break. I yelled behind me to not make any more stupid plays, Ryota.
That outburst did distract the defense to allow Ryota to get past his defender, and seeing an opportunity to score, Ryota tossed the ball up. Hanamichi, your defender, realized what Ryota was cooking up as he was returning the humiliation dealt to him from earlier in the game and was going to posterize Toyotama's number 5.
If it wasn't for the fact that this genius could jump to the heavens, that ball would have gone out of bounds. But I was able to catch it and score. But that stupid ref must have been paid off, as he called goaltending or some shit like that on my genius play.
Please tell me you're not being serious right now. Ryota tossed you an alley-oop.
An alley what?
No comment, but that play should have went something like this. Moving on, Toyotama High School took this mess up made by you to extend their lead, pushing it to 10 points. With the lead getting bigger each play, Rukawa knew he had to do something to try and turn this game around. Toyotama's team captain informed him that their lead will only widen, and a one-eye Willie should just ride the bench. Rukawa, being the type of player he is, wasn't the type to fall for trash talk, as he just ignored it and ran down the court.
I don't know what it was. Maybe I had some Skywalker blood in me, but I felt a disturbance in the force. That wasn't the usual Fox coming down the court. Ryota either not learning his lesson from the first 2 times, or felt it too and passed the ball to that Fox. It was like he was telling everyone to bow down as he scored an all-net no-rim jump shot with one eye. But that monster Fox wasn't done yet as Ryota stopped their inbound play and dished the ball back. But he couldn't fool this genius eyes as he messed up the pass again. But to everyone else, it looked like he caught the pass and did a play in the air on 2 defenders. The ball went in and out, but he did manage to get the foul called.
Rukawa took to the foul line to take his 2 shots, but he did something surprising as he closed his eyes and shot the ball.
I told you this was a different beast altogether, and my unsettling feeling was growing. He missed the second shot, and this genius was able to get the rebound, but my putback was met with some difficulties, and was blocked. I was getting pissed at the plays that damn Fox was stealing away from me, and this allowed Toyotama High School to score. I was not going to be outdone by that Fox, and at this moment Gori felt it too. My godly pressure was busting out. For a moment Gori was overwhelmed by it, but he snapped out of it and tossed me the rock, and I gave Rukawa my reply to his taunting. I too can do all net no rim, bitch.
Okay. The rivalry between the 2 of you brought new life to Shohoku High School, as Toyotama High School was about to see what happens when Shohoku's Superman and Batman gains tunnel vision. The only thing the 2 of you want more than winning, and that would be putting the rest of the team down, calling them dead weight. Rukawa, they can accept doing this, but you will. That causes the level of gameplay of the rest of team to raise 2 to 3-fold. The final minutes of this game is going to be something for the record books, that's for sure. So before we conclude the Shohoku vs Toyotama game, if you would hit that like button, and why not hit subscribe to help the channel grow.
It was as if time stopped for a moment to allow it all to sink in for everyone in the crowds. It took a moment for me to get warmed up, but Coach Anzai even stood up to tell me it's about time. I show them who has descended onto the court, and I was going to show those at this tournament the beast that Coach Anzai crafted.
Toyotama answered your basket with one of their own, still holding onto the lead. Once again Ryota brings the ball up court. He manages to get the ball to Akagi on the inside, but that was just a ploy by Toyotama to try and steal the ball from him.
I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like Gori is already in tune with the world as he once again sense another awakening in the distance. Mines and that Fox presence was already overwhelming, so he passed the ball back to the outside, and Michi, as only Michi could, sent them his calling card. Toyotama had to have been shitting in their pants as it was like a Super Saiyajin bargain sale going on. Our defense was rock solid like a fortress, and we hit their scoreboard, how Snoop Dogg would hit a blunt, and before they knew it we tied the score, leading them to call a timeout. The shock of this turnaround must have caused them to go mad crazy over at their bench, but at our bench, the coach went over how he wanted us to end this and put them out of their misery in these last 5 minutes.
Once the time was up, each team came back to the floor and the ref blew the whistle for the game to resume. Toyotama High tried to get a rhythm going, but the momentum was still in your favor as you grabbed the rebound and Rukawa managed to score again. It was like every time the ball was in his hands, the scoreboard was about to change.
Let me tell you something. That wasn't the usual playstyle of that Fox. I heard stories about how some people you don't trash talk, hurt, or play dirty against, like Larry Legend, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant. The game then comes personal, and what they dish out will have CPS called for abuse. Their captain must have gotten to spirit or something, but his ploy was already seen through. You can't fool a Fox twice, you idiot. So when he went to score, he was also trying to make sure that Fox goes out of the game for his disrespect. But it didn't go as he had planned. What looked like them falling into the reporter was the captain making his team's last mistake. The first strike was when they knew to try and get this genius off the court early. The second was them blinding the Fox, and the last strike was sending Ryota head first to the ground. So in reality that Fox suplexed their captain using the cameraman as a way to hide it. That sneaky Fox put him out of the game instead, and when he came to, all he was able to bear witness to was how this genius put the final nail in the coffin. Their trip to the Inter-High this year was short, and I hope the beating we gave them would be a good life lesson for them. Don't ever have your mouth write checks your game can't cash, because we will come and collect with interest.
Oddly enough, the team that was known as the Ace Killers and a regular at the Inter-High each year got a taste was what they dished out. Shohoku isn't like other teams that are full of athletes. Sadly, this is a team of ruffians, delinquents, and brawlers. Also at one point not only would this team fight you, but they would also even fight each other. And it's because of this unique bond they are able to beat the odds, so to speak. Toyotama High School just bit off way more than they could chew. Next up is their matchup with the reigning champions a few years running. So hit that subscribe so you won't miss out on the battle no one saw as more than a cliff note turn into a battle of the gods. Peace.